How's it going, y'all? I don't know how this background is going to work, but the lighting might be a little awkward. But like I said, if this video seems a little lackadaisical, it's because I have the flu again. And so I'm not feeling so hot lately. And so this might be kind of short, I don't know. But I've had it for about 3 days now, and it just seems to get worse and worse. But anyway, so enough about that. I was going to put that like in one of my blogs or something, but I figured by the time I made the Lost video and then did a vlog after that, that wouldn't get posted until 2 weeks from now, and I would have been better by then. So, so I thought I'd tell you about it now. So Lost has finally returned. Season 4 is back in full swing, and episode 9 just aired the other night, and holy mackerel. That episode was just nuts. I mean, I ain't never seen nothing like that. I remember saying in the chat room that the writers have unleashed some balls, the likes of which we ain't never seen. So, wow. You know what? It kind of sucks because they've had a history of killing off all the strong female characters, and now they just killed off 2 more. Alex being the obvious one, the other one is Nadia, which I think it's getting to a point where you have to realize that just because they killed off a character doesn't mean they're never going to show up again, but I don't know. Libby, anyone? She did show up a little bit, but I thought it was funny how the way they're playing Sawyer's character seems really weird, because it's almost like they're trying too hard to make him this really good guy now. And, I'm not one to predict the future or anything, but I was thinking that after Sawyer killed Cooper, that was just going to make him worse, because it wasn't going to make him feel any better. It wasn't going to help him to finally have the catharsis of having killed that guy or whatever. Because that's how they usually do it. Usually when someone's out for revenge and they finally get it, it doesn't actually help them as much as they thought it would. It just makes them worse, or it makes them empty. But it seems like with Sawyer, he's actually been, with him, consoling Hurley in the first episode, and in this episode, the way he went after Claire, it's like, hell, I mean, I'd almost be surprised if there's not going to be Sawyer-Claire shippers coming out in a few more weeks here. I mean, especially with him calling Claire sweetheart. He's like, "Are you okay, sweetheart?" I'm like, dude, Sawyer calling Claire sweetheart, that was just weird. I don't know. It was cool, I liked it, but it was weird. Because I'm one of those people who really wants Sawyer to be a good guy. And when he is, it's so unbelievable that it's almost like, oh, well, maybe, I don't know. Smokey kicked some serious ass in this episode. I knew he was going to be in it, pretty much because it was in the previews and all. But holy cow, did Smokey ever kick some ass in this. Man, oh man. And people are talking about Ben went into this room in the house, and it seems like he summoned Smokey, but we're not sure if he did or not. The thing is, when he came back out of the room, he was all filthy. And there would have been no reason for him to be filthy unless Smokey was originally in that room or something. I'm almost thinking, and this probably sounds crazy, but I almost think that maybe he somehow teleported from that room to inside of Smokey, and he was driving it like a car and going around and killing everything, and then when he was done, he went back to the room, and that's why he would be filthy, because he was covered in smoke, covered in Smokey when he came back out. I don't know. But there's other people that are saying Smokey was just originally in that room or something else. I don't know. There's a lot of possibilities there. I can't even begin to imagine. When that guy shot Alex, I simply could not believe that they did that. I cannot believe that they actually let that happen on the show. Because even in a movie, that would be hard to get away with. To have a 16-year-old girl killed execution style like that, that was just really disturbing and really, actually, really heartbreaking. I mean, it's not that Alex was we hadn't really had a lot of time to really get to know her or anything, but she was the closest thing to good we had on this show. And I think Ben You know, I've said it around here many times. I don't think Ben actually believed that she was going to die. I think that he expected that when that guy, Kimmy, tried to shoot her, I think that he thought the gun wasn't going to go off, the same way it didn't go off when Michael tried to shoot himself. And then when it did go off, Ben was like, damn it, he changed the rules. Because I'm thinking that the rules are what caused Michael's gun to not go off, and that's why Ben thought that Alex wouldn't die. Because that gun wouldn't go off for the same reason, because there was a rule that kept it from going off. And then when the gun did go off, Ben realized, well, he must have changed the rules, and that's why the gun went off. So, and my first thought, as stupid as it sounds, was that the rules dictated certain things either on the island or off the island, but never at the same time. So that, like, Michael's gun wouldn't go off the island, but then it would go off if he was on the island, and that's why the gun went off that killed Alex, because it was on the island. If he had changed the rules so that Alex's gun didn't go off to kill her, then at that point in time Michael's gun would have gone off, because it's off the island. Which, I know that doesn't make any sense. I mean, that would be too complicated to explain to people, but that's what I was thinking, is something like that, but that's what I think he means by the rules. It's pretty much, I don't know. I'm not sure how else to explain that, but it doesn't seem like rules like man-made rules, because, I mean, if a man makes rules, anybody's going to break them or get around them or change them all the time, or just completely disregard them. Excuse me. But if it's rules that the island makes, there's probably going to be no way. I mean, I'd like to think when Ben says he changed the rules, he didn't say he broke the rules. He said he changed the rules. And we don't even know who he is that Ben is referring. The he that Ben is referring to, we don't know who that is. It could be Widmore, or it could be Kimmy himself. I don't know. But he didn't say he broke the rules. He said he changed the rules. So it's obviously these rules are probably unbreakable. I mean, that's what I believe. Because if the rules were breakable, what would be the point of having them at all? I mean, obviously the rules have to be something that's extremely powerful, like something that the island decides and enforces or whatever, but that's just my take on it, but I don't know for sure. It was interesting at the very beginning when Ben, and I didn't see this myself because I've only seen the episode one time, but at the beginning, when Ben turns up in the Sahara Desert, he's got steam coming off of him like he was just coming out of a freezer or something. Also, he's wearing the coat, which nobody in their right mind would be wearing that in the middle of the desert. And one has to assume that he probably just teleported there from, like from somewhere icy. I mean, I don't know. I don't get the feeling that the island is icy. Except there was that white smoke just before the polar bear showed up and attacked Walton Special. So he could have come from some freezer-like area on the island, and maybe that's where Ben came from. Maybe that's how you teleport from the freezing area. You know, because it's like they always say, like in movies, when you travel through time, or when you go somewhere else in time and space, you're always frozen when you get there, like in Back to the Future. The DeLorean's covered in ice after the time travel. So I don't know. But that might just be what happened with Ben when he traveled in time. I mean, I'm guessing he traveled in time because he did have to ask that one person what year it was, and it turned out it was 2005.